Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is Strong Victory Dance. The scripture comes from Psalm 11. In the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to me, flee to the mountains like a bird? For see, the wicked bend the bow. They place the arrow on the string to shoot in the dark at the upright of heart. When the pillars are overthrown, what can the just man do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his searching glance is on mankind. The Lord searches the just and the wicked. The lover of violence he hates. He rains upon the wicked fiery coals and brimstone. A burning blast is their allotted cup. For the Lord is just, he loves just deeds. The upright shall see his face. So here's the message. God is saying that you will have the victory, okay? And for somebody, God is saying you might as well do your little victory dance now because you don't see the victory that you're having. And sometimes I'm being reminded of some of the messages from yesterday because there are some people that believe that them receiving justice are certain things happening to people. However, God is the just judge and he knows exactly what is the perfect punishment for whatever is going on. And for some of y'all, God is saying that what you don't even realize, you don't even realize it, but you are already in a victory mode. You are already walking in victory. You are literally walking in victory. Some of y'all, just the fact that you are breathing is your walking in victory. Just the fact that you overcame whatever stronghold or trap that was laid out for you is you walking in victory. Just the fact that you didn't end up the way your enemies thought you were going to end up is you're walking in victory. Like for somebody, you are literally walking in victory. You are you just your existence. There are some people that are so hateful that they get frustrated by just the fact that you woke up this morning. There are some people that get mad just off the fact that your feet hit the floor. And God is saying what you don't even realize, you are walking in strength and victory. You are walking in victory. You already have the victory. There's no need, like you may have thought that you were going to have to pull out some war weapons for a victory. You thought you was gonna have to go down to the shop and pick up a few things so that you can have the victory. God said no, not you, my child. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to do no fighting. You don't have to do no busting. You good. And God said you good. You ain't gotta swing nothing. You ain't gotta even throw any hands because you are literally, your existence is you walking in victory. You're walking. You are literally a walking testimony. God says you took refuge in him. When people tried to come to you and threaten you, you took refuge in him. When people tried to tell you that you might as well give up, you took refuge in him. When people tried to make you out to feel as though you should feel some kind of way about yourself, or you should be looking down upon yourself, or you should feel as though you are a failure, you took your refuge in him. You took your refuge in him. Whatever it is that God was promising you, I feel for someone like you kept getting messages from God that your promise was there and you couldn't understand what happened to your promise, but you didn't realize that there were certain people that were sabotaging your promise. They were sabotaging this promise from you. It's kind of like someone that let's say God was telling you would get pregnant, and someone was deliberately making you have miscarriages and you didn't even know. But once God removed you from that environment, you realize that the promise is here. Let's say God promised you a business. Every time you try to get started with the business, every time you try to sell something, you going out trying to sell things and nobody wanted to buy from you because somebody else that already came and told them not to buy from you. But once you got away from that person All your stuff just started selling out. God is saying that your promise is here. Your promise is here. Your promise is already it's already here. It's already, like God said, you are walking in your promise. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his searching glances is on mankind. God says that yes, he is in his throne. He is in his throne. He's still on the throne. And he is watching us at all times. It's nothing that we can do down here that God don't see. It's nothing going on this earth that God has not witnessed, okay? He reigns upon the wicked. The Lord searches for the just and the wicked. The lover of violence he hates. He reigns upon the wicked, fiery coals and brimstone. A burning blast is their allotted cup. For the Lord is just. He loves just deeds. The upright shall see his face. So God is saying that when people are doing evil to you, regardless if it's a situation where, you're trying to get a job or you trying to start a business and someone has gone around and blackmailed you and started telling people not to buy your products, or if you're trying to get a job and somebody has went there before you and told them not to hire you, or let's say you're trying to get an apartment and somebody went there and started saying all this bad stuff about you so you can't get the apartment, or somebody's blocking you from getting the apartment, or you trying to once again have a baby, and every time God blesses you, there's someone, regardless if they putting stuff in your water, putting stuff in your food, trying to sabotage this for you, stressing you out on purpose, trying to sabotage this blessing for you. God says the lover of violence he hates. He rains upon them fiery coals and brimstone. A burning blast is their allotted cup. God says that these people are under his wrath and judgment. They are under his wrath. They are under his judgment for what they have been doing to you. And as soon as God allowed you to see what was going on, he pulled you out so that you wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. Because for the Lord is just. He loves just deeds. The upright shall see his face. So God is saying that God is not a lover of evil, wicked people. God does not approve of the things that evil, wicked people do. We all have free will to do whatever we want to. And in reality, it was a test. It was a test. Sometimes it's a pop quiz and sometimes it's a final exam. But for whoever you are, it was a test for you and your faith. And you had to have faith in God to get out of the situation or get away from someone that was sabotaging you, or simply just to learn not to tell them all your business. You could avoid these things just simply by not telling them. Some people don't need to know where you stay. Some people don't need to know where you're working. Some people don't need to know what's going on with your business and who your customers are. Because there are some people that will deliberately go out their way to try to sabotage you. And because you listen to God, he is saying that he loves what you do. He loves that you are just, and the upright shall see his face. Not only when we get to heaven, but God is saying that you will see the blessings that he has for you on earth. You will see instantly once you listen to God, because sometimes when God is asking us to do something, it can seem so hard, and it can seem like it will be very hurtful and very painful. And there can be times when you are just not wanting to listen to such an extent that you literally God literally has to pry the relationship from your hands, pry the friendship from your hands, forcefully. But as soon as he does that, the blessings will flow. Soon as he does that, the blessings come in. Soon as he does that, he will release these blessings unto you. And that's the message, that's the message. God is saying that you are literally right now walking in your victory. You are literally right now walking in your victory. God says you are walking in your strength. You are walking in your victory. You are walking in your joy. You are walking in your gladness. You are walking in your happiness. God is shining his light upon you. God is shining his love upon you. That's the message, you know what I'm saying? God says he haven't went nowhere. He haven't went nowhere. He haven't went nowhere. He is still on the throne. He is still on the throne. He is still on the throne. You can always take refuge in him. You have no need to feel as though you need to flee or run away from the wicked. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes when the pillars are overthrown, what can the just man do? So for some of you, you have been in a position to where you may have noticed that things that were going on around you were not working out the way that God promised. And you started trying to sense and figure out what was going on. But God says that some of these situations were out of your control. You know, if someone like, you can easily control what you consume, okay, in some situations. But if you are in a position to where you literally have nothing to eat and someone is just constantly having to prepare your meals for you and you are forced to eat whatever they have because you don't have money to get your own food, then you may end up in a situation where you are forced to eat that. Or if you are in a situation to where every time you try to, like, if someone is jeopardizing your job or somebody is jeopardizing where you stay, you know, it's kind of like you may not have the knowledge that that person has already previously went there and tried to turn the odds against you. And I just feel like God is saying that there are some situations when you cannot just deal with it. And there are also, you know, I'm going to also add this. This is why we always pray over our food. No matter what you eat, no matter what you drink, always pray over your food. Because I'm being reminded of the scripture where the prophets were meant to eat a soup. And when they looked in the soup, they saw that there was a poisonous herb inside of it. And the prophet took all of the soup back and he prayed over it and he said, there's no more. It's fine. Okay? So that's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.